Push the upright again. That's impossible. And the Eagles run out into the field, but there's still 5 seconds. So they've got to get back. He does it again.
To me, when you have 3rd and 1, you got to get to first. We had 2 3rd and 1s, and we didn't get it. And so I know why, but that's not happening anymore. 3rd and 1, we're going to get to first, guys. So obviously a difficult loss, one that's tough to swallow, and for a lot of different reasons. There's some positives that we take out of it, but the big negative is that we lost. So that's that.
I was just saying that this is a game today where there's not a whole lot to say in that locker room other than in these situations we got to be able to show what type of resolve we have to bounce back from something like this. I thought that I don't know all the stats, all the numbers in the 3 phases, but I just felt like we knew defensively there was going to be times that they got chunks on us with their offense.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Gamaray Predicts NFL Week 9. There were definitely some surprising results last week. A bit of a down week for me this week. I went 9-5, bringing my total to 85-35-1 this season. The only games I got wrong was the Thursday night Falcons vs. Panthers game. That one saw Teddy Bridgewater get hurt, and after that happened, the Panthers had no chance. I also didn't expect the 1-5 Vikings to beat the Packers. I'm just gonna put this here with no more context whatsoever. It's because Dalvin Cook fucked. Over in Ohio, it was 2 very unexpected results in that state. The Browns forgot how to score points in their 16-6 loss to the Raiders, and the Bengals did the opposite and absolutely duffied the Titans 31-20. Joe Burrow is going to be one of the greatest QBs of all time. The man can put up 31 on you with a wet paper bag, a jack-o'-lantern, and a pair of jeans from Walmart in front of him for an O-line. The only other game I got wrong was the Rams vs. Dolphins game in Miami. I have to admit, I didn't expect much from Tua Tagovailoa in his first start, but he definitely delivered and led his new team to a win over the Rams. The biggest game of the week was a correct prediction from me. Steelers and Rams, Lamar Jackson vs. Ben Roethlisberger, was the marquee matchup of the week. I got that prediction right, but what annoys me about that game was that it was an early game on CBS. It would have been so good to watch it on a standalone on Sunday night, but instead we had to watch Ben DiNucci versus Carson Wentz. Now, DiNucci didn't look terrible, but he was playing the Eagles, so his performance is void on the grounds of the entire division belonging in a landfill. Andy Dalton will hopefully be back for them next week, though, so that's good for them. Oh my god, this team cannot catch a break. Well, I guess DiNucci is going to get his shot against a real team. Just why? And anyway, who are the Cowboys playing next week anyway?
Dead.
Yeah, do we have to talk about the Bears? The Bears lost a close game to the Saints in overtime, 26-23. The defense played well, but the offense, in quotation marks, still had their problems. It was good to see Nagy trying new stuff, though, including bringing in Trubisky for one play to open up the run game. Bears quarterback Mitch Trubisky suffered a shoulder injury on Sunday against the Saints, sources say. Evaluation's ongoing. Nah, I'm done. I'm becoming a Baylor Bears fan now. Femi played one snap, oh my god. Elsewhere, the Chargers choked another lead, this time to Vic Fangio's Broncos. It was a cool comeback by Drew Lock in the offense that saw them score the potential game-tying touchdown with almost no time left on the clock. Facing overtime, Vic Fangio and the Broncos decided to put it all on the line and go for 2 for the win. They would get it, and Vic Fangio's cojones would enlarge by about 237%. Before we get into the picks, I just want to take time out of the video to thank you guys for subscribing to this channel. We recently just hit 60 subs on this channel. It means the world to me that you guys are supporting my content so far. If you're watching this video and aren't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. I'm always trying to incorporate more stuff into my content and try new things, and your feedback in the comments and stuff like that makes me and this channel grow even bigger and that more possible. So I would like to thank you for doing that. Now, without further ado, let's get into the Week 9 predictions. The first game on the list is the Thursday night Packers at 49ers. The 49ers are really injury-riddled, and they genuinely have so many players out that I can't understand how they're going to be able to keep pace in the NFC West. The Packers, however, while they're dealing with injuries of their own and coming off of a bad loss against the Vikings, do still have Aaron Rodgers. So I feel like as long as Aaron Rodgers is healthy, the Packers are going to be a major threat. They're going to probably win this game handily, although who knows. The 49ers are very unpredictable. But I'm going to go with the Packers over the 49ers. Texans and Jaguars. Both teams are coming off of a bye, except the Jaguars don't have Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew is hurt. The Texans have had a tough start to the schedule, fired Bill O'Brien, and now might have a chance to be captain to a mediocre record. Deshaun Watson is going to step up his game. He's been alright so far, but the rest of the team's kind of been underperforming around him. I think that the Texans are definitely going to beat the Jaguars. The Jaguars are probably tanking, and the Texans, I don't think they're tanking. I don't think that they can tank to tell you the truth. I'm definitely going with the Texans over the Jaguars. Giants and the Washington football team. The Giants came off of a very, very good game against the Buccaneers. They wound up losing because of 2 points, but it came down to a 2-point conversion, and the Giants just couldn't get it done and try and beat Brady. But they played very well on Monday Night Football. And the Washington football team, well, I mean, they don't even have a name, so they don't have anything. The Giants, I think, they're the only team in the NFC East that hasn't lost to Washington, and I think that it's going to stay that way. I think the Giants are going to walk into Washington and beat the football team. So I'm going to go with the Giants and Daniel Jones over the Washington football team. Ravens and Colts. This one's kind of a weird one for me, but I'm going to go with the Colts to beat the Ravens. Lamar Jackson wasn't really subdued last week, but he was forced to make some mistakes, and that's ultimately what cost the Ravens that game. The Colts have been kind of an under-the-radar, really good team. I feel like if they can impose their will defensively on a team like the Ravens, they can beat them. With that said, I think that the Colts are going to be able to shut down Lamar Jackson and that offense enough to beat the Ravens. Lions and Vikings. Matt Stafford has been ruled out and put on the COVID-19 reserve list. That's not very good news for Detroit, because last year when Matt Stafford was injured, they didn't win a single game the rest of the season. The Vikings are coming off of a very good win against the Packers. Their rushing offense was very good, won them the game. The key to this game is going to, A, see how well the Vikings defense holds up. I can't imagine that they'd be tried too much against the Lions backup, but that's going to be the key to this game. I think that the Vikings are going to be able to hold up against the Lions and take 2 straight dubs in a row, so I'm going to take the Vikings over the Lions. Bears and Titans. The Bears have been beating themselves all year, and they have had trouble stopping the run. And what are the Titans known for? The run. So the Titans are coming off some bad losses themselves. They had a pretty good loss against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but then had a bad loss to the Cincinnati Bengals. But I think that the Titans are finally going to get back on track on the Bears and beat them at home. Panthers and Chiefs. The Chiefs are rolling, they're bowling, and they are looking just as good as ever. And the Panthers, they're kind of screwed. I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is playing, although he might. I haven't really looked into it. But that doesn't matter. The Chiefs are just so much better of a football team than the Panthers, and they're going to beat the Panthers. Chiefs over Panthers. Seahawks and Bills. The Seahawks are a very good football team. They had some very close losses and some very good wins. And the Bills are the leader of the AFC East. That doesn't say much for them, though. They kind of they're kind of the little brother of all the good teams in the AFC. And kind of like the Browns, they're all kind of just like the little brother of all the good teams that kind of picked on, but then can impose their will on like the neighbor's kids or something. But the Seahawks are definitely going to have to impose their will against the Bills, and I think they will. They're going to march into Buffalo and beat them. I'm going to take the Seahawks over the Bills. For the next two games, which is Broncos at Falcons and Raiders at Chargers, I'm just going to save time and pick against the chokers. So that'd be the Broncos over the Falcons and the Raiders over the Chargers. I don't usually like picking the Raiders because they're so unpredictable, but I can't pick the choke artists. The Falcons and Chargers, along with the Lions, but not so much this year. They had one bad game, but the Falcons and Chargers are experts at blowing games. The Falcons blew plus 96 winning percentages in the last 2 minutes of games 3 times in 6 weeks or something, some stupid statistic like that. And the Chargers have consistently blown 17-point leads like they did last week to the Broncos. There's no way, I mean there's a way, but there's no way that the Falcons and Chargers are going to be able to finish their games if they're ahead. They're going to have to, if they want a chance to win, they're going to have to be able to play from behind, and we don't know if they can play from behind. So with that said, I'm going to go with the Broncos to beat the Falcons and the Raiders to beat the Chargers. Dolphins and Cardinals, Tua Tagovailoa looks really good, although he looked good against the Rams, so that's only one team. The Rams are pretty good, but you need to prove yourself against more teams. They're facing the Cardinals and Kyler Murray and D-Hop. I'm going to go with the Cardinals. They're at home, and I just think that the rookie quarterback is going to make some mistakes. Tua Tagovailoa might turn out to be very good, but I don't think that he is going to be like Joe Burrow or Pat Mahomes or any of those other good quarterbacks. He's definitely going to be good, but I feel like he's going to be more of like a Phillip Rivers, someone who's very good and then very serviceable and can get the job done. I'm going to go with the Cardinals, though. That offense is very potent, and I think they'll beat the Dolphins in Scottsdale. Cardinals over Dolphins. Steelers and Cowboys. Woo, I'm picking the Cowboys in this one. They're at home, and they've got themselves a AAF quarterback. They're definitely going to beat the undefeated Steelers. They're not. The Steelers are too OP, and they're not going to lose their winning streak to the Cowboys of all teams. Definitely Steelers over Cowboys. Saints and Buccaneers. Both teams are very good. Both teams are kind of underrated in my opinion. I had my doubts about the Buccaneers to start the season, but they're actually starting to come around. It's a Sunday night matchup, Breeze and Brady. I think the Buccaneers are going to take it, actually. They're in Tampa, which doesn't mean much, but I think it'll mean enough, and it will push them over the edge. I think the Buccaneers are going to beat the Saints by a little margin, but it's still going to be Buccaneers over Saints. And finally, a Monday night classic, the Patriots beating up on the Jets. Yeah, the Patriots are in turmoil. Their quarterback situation is not looking very good. Bill Belichick came out and said, we're just going to throw this year away, basically. Said something about we've sold out to win 3 Super Bowls in the last 5 years or something like that. And he doesn't have very much high hopes for the rest of this season. But the Jets, they are historically, through 8 games, the worst football team to ever put on pads in the NFL. So the Patriots, if there's any game to get their head back, it's this game. And if they lose to the Jets, they might as well just forfeit the rest of the season. There's no way in hell that the Patriots are going to lose to the Jets. But you never know. It's the NFL. It's Monday Night Football. You can never tell. But I'm definitely taking the Patriots over the Jets by a margin. And that is going to do it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting if you can. And please consider subscribing. Have a good one. Enjoy your rest of the day. Enjoy the weekend. And peace.